Okay, friends out there in YouTube land, this is Michael Wilson Barber's little YouTube channel. I'm going to do a review now that will cause controversy among particularly Kiss fans, but this is a review of my top 10 favorite Kiss albums. And I'm not just doing studio albums, I just couldn't do it that way. I had to throw in the solo records and some of the live albums and things like that. So that's how I did it. And this is just like my opinion, man. And if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would say probably something different. If you asked me 5 years from now, I'd probably say something different than what I'm saying here in May of 2024. So, and it's okay to disagree. So if other people don't agree with this order that I have of top 10 Kiss albums, and it's hard, they've got a big catalog, so it's really hard to leave some out of the top 10. I could do a top 20, but that would be even a longer review. But at number 10, I have CDs. I called it a tie for Kiss Animalize and Kiss Asylum. And I wanted to include both of these albums because they're mid-80s rock and roll albums. They're really pretty good, even though there are some weird songs on these two. Apparently Gene was not very involved with a lot of the songwriting during this era. But they got Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick. Oh, they had this other guy on this album. What was his name? This was the only album that he did. This was the first album with Bruce Kulick. Anyway, I don't want to slow down the review, but I tie these two at number 10. They're both good rock and roll albums, despite the cover. At number 9, I will rate Kiss, the debut album, at number 9. Not because of the production quality of this or the sound, but just the songwriting is great. Songs like Strutter and Nothing to Lose, Cold Gin, Firehouse, Black Diamond. So for the songwriting, I'll give Kiss initial album, debut album at number 9. My 9th favorite Kiss album. Number 8, I used to have this on vinyl, Lick It Up. The first album where Kiss did not have makeup. And again, there's really some good songs on here. Not really the title track so much, but a lot of the deeper tracks, like One in a Million to One, things like that. I rank Lick It Up as number 8. It's a good rock and roll album by Kiss. Number 7 may confuse a few of you, but I would rate MTV Unplugged by Kiss as my 7th favorite Kiss album. I know it's not a studio album, but the song choices were really good. Good variety of songs, great sound. And then Ace Frehley and Peter Criss come back on this special, and they end up going on the reunion tour pretty soon after this. So, and Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick are on here as well. This is a very good album. If you have not heard Kiss Unplugged, I rank it at number 7. So starting at number 6, I think it's no coincidence that the top 6 albums I rate, I have on CD, but I also have on vinyl. So I'll show you my vinyl. I rate Ace Frehley's solo effort at number 6. It's produced by Eddie Kramer, 1978. It's a very good album. I probably could rate it higher than number 6. But I've listened to it so much that if you would have asked me, 10 years ago or 20 years ago, I probably would rate this higher, much higher. But number 6, Kiss, Ace Frehley. Great album, Ace. Number 5, Destroyer, 1976. If you would have asked me 20 years ago, I would say this is number 1, but I've grown, man. And again, I've listened to this so much, and it's produced by Bob Ezrin. I've just heard it a lot, but I'll still rate it at number 5, my 5th favorite Kiss album. Number 4 is going to cause controversy in the YouTube world, but I'll bring in Music from the Elder at number 4. Music from the Elder. Look at that. Look, it's a double album. You can open it up. Look at that. I know, it's weird, right? It's weird. I'd have to do a whole album review of Music from the Elder, 1981, and why I like it. There's lots of reasons to like this album, but the 180 gram copy I have of Music from the Elder, the original order of the songs is restored the way Gene and Paul and Bob Ezrin, by the way, planned them to be played in. This is a very good rock and roll album, and there's nothing else like it in the rock and roll world. It's very unique. Another review for another day. Number 4, Music from the Elder. Number 3 may not surprise a lot of Kiss fans. Kiss Alive, 1975. This is really what put Kiss on the map, and Casablanca. Just a very good album. So they take live version songs from their first 3 albums, like Rock Bottom and Cold Gin and Firehouse and Strutter, Rock and Roll All Night, things like that. And they recorded the live versions in concert. On the back of the album, there's some kids holding a Kiss poster. Apparently, well, that's another story for another day. But this is a great album. I rank it at number 3 of my favorite all-time Kiss albums. It's a double album. Number 2 in my all-time favorite Kiss albums is Creatures of the Night, 1982. It's a very good rock and roll album. Did not sell well originally. And Ace apparently did not even really play on this album. He was getting ready to leave the band. But he did some promotional videos before he departed. It's just a very good rock and roll album. And could do a whole album review on this, of course. It's my 2nd favorite Kiss albums. And I was a kid when this came out, and it's one of the first Kiss albums that I ever had, which is another reason I like it. And at number 1, this may not surprise a lot of Kiss fans out there, but my number 1 ranked Kiss album is Love Gun, 1977. And again, could do a review on Love Gun, and it would be a whole album review. Also produced by Eddie Kramer, the same producer who did Ace Frehley's 1978 solo album. This is a very good rock and roll album, and this is probably what Kiss would say a Kiss album is supposed to sound like. It's not for children. There's lots of stuff about girls and rock and roll and inappropriate things. Ace Frehley does his first lead vocal on this album with Shock Me. Very good song. Anyway, this is a great album. So I know Kiss is still playing a lot of the songs on tour, at least some of them, from this album because it's so good. But, so that's my top 10 favorite Kiss albums, ranked in order from 10 to 1. And number 10, Animalize an Asylum. I tied for number 10. Kiss debut album, number 9, Lick It Up at number 8. MTV Unplugged by Kiss, number 7. Ace Frehley solo album, number 6. Destroyer at number 5. Music from The Elder, controversial. I'm sure that'll be a controversial edition. Number 4. Kiss Alive double album, number 3. Creatures of the Night, number 2. And Love Gun, number 1. So, if you have agreements or disagreements about what you would rank in your top 10 Kiss, you could use my list if you want to. Take 1 or 2 out, insert your own, or share with me another list. But like and subscribe, click the link below. God bless and goodbye.